Hello. I wanted to show a couple of replays. I know I've said in the past that I hate showing replays, but sometimes they can't be avoided because I don't record 99% of the stuff that I do. So if you like replays, don't mind replays, please let me know in the comments. But the reason why I don't like them is because you can't actually see what the hell's going on. So I wanted to show this specific PvP base. Now this guy's got 4 ice boosted up the top here, but what I wanted to show was he's got a ton of mines that are in along here. Now Zukas, if you come down here, some of them are gonna walk down here, some of them are gonna walk up here. So the way to avoid that, the easiest way that I know to avoid that is this square that is right here at the very front of that residence. That you can't see it because we're going to replay, not an actual attack. But if you clear the building that's in that spot, the ladies can walk down and have a nice oceanside walk, and you don't have to worry about any of these mines up in here. So that's my trick. Clear this square, or whatever building happens to occupy it, and your ladies can walk right down along the inside and have a nice oceanfront walk. Nice little view. But so I do, first off, 1 barrage, and I get really lucky on this barrage because I get 2 residences and the mines. That last little hit on that mines was super lucky. Now at this point I can clear these mines using probably 3 artillery, or I can use critters. Now I say never ever to use critters, but that's exactly what I did. And anyway, there is no never in this game. There are always times to do things. So losing that delay doesn't really affect me because nothing is going to be guarding the front anyways, so I'm not going to lose. Losing the delay is not a big deal. Next up is just clearing a spot for Zukas to sit. I like to go to the back corner in this scenario because in the corner, if you can sit in the corner, you only have to worry about 2 directions, south and west, we'll call them. So that way, all I really need is a shock here and a shock here, and everything is going to hit my critters that will sit somewhere in here. But we've got lots of GBE, so that's not really relevant. I'll just stop talking and let the attacks show here a little bit. Again, just clearing a hole is all that I'm after right here. So had to use a little bit more artillery than required. But so what the next thing I'm going to do, drop my troops. Now, not the hero. The hero walks quite a bit faster, so we're going to let the ladies walk up to here, and then we're going to drop the hero. And it takes 2 flares to get back here anyways, so what my recommendation is when you're using Zukas on the corner bases now is drop 1 flare right in this corner and let Brick catch up there and then carry on from there. And by doing that, you let Brick catch up and it's not too far of a walk and you don't lose your delay. So that's what I like to do. I'll show you what I did here. 2 times mode, walking across. No, easy drop, and then I get the corner flare going up to the sideline there, and then I drop Brick in behind once the ladies are already walking. It evens out the speed, and it lets you get a nice little pause going, and doesn't cost any extra GBE because you have to use 2 flares anyways. As you can see, that flare's about to expire. So then it's just into the corner. Now because I was on a full boost here, this is not much of a challenge. Like a corner base is the easiest possible base because we only have to worry about 2 directions. So I did a couple extra shocks here just because you can, and I was a little bit late on my shock on that flamethrower. You'll see it right about now. The flamethrower burns me a little bit. Should have shocked it first probably, or second behind the hotpot anyways. And then it's just keeping critters, and everything targets the critters and nothing sees our Zukas. So 4 ice base with a shield generator 3 and a laser goes down very easy. I think I lost 9 Zukas. Very easy, not a problem whatsoever. Now the second thing I wanted to show you is I tried an attack here that I've never done before. I'll show you the setup here. I did not finish. I totally screwed it up. I was not terribly pretty, but so a lot of you have probably seen the Kalisto wrap where you flare the flamethrower here and the Zukas wrap around this defense. Now, obviously you don't really want to wrap around a hotpot because hotpots do bad things. So what I did was I cleared the mines, cleared probably too many mines. I wasted a bunch of GBE here. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see on Kalisto is this rocket launcher, yes, it reaches shore, but your ladies walk down below the water. So This is a type A base. I think I called it in my The Spot video. Now, you only need one smoke right here. I'd like to do it directly below the mortar on the water line. And so a lot of people will drop a smoke here and a smoke here, and you're wasting a smoke. So only use one smoke on most Callisto layouts. Obviously, if there's something else further forward, you need to use more, but the trick to this is start out in the middle, and that way your ladies have a chance to walk even lower than they do by default. So nice, easy walk. One easy smoke, another smoke just to get them a place to walk into, and then flare directly below that mortar. Some people like to go more towards the corner. They like to go directly in the middle of the mortar. And then we get the ladies walking, and once more, Brick gets dropped in behind. So that way, Brick's extra speed, she's just chasing them. That's what you want. You want Brick chasing your ladies, just to give them a chance to, that way you don't have to worry about too much speed differential, and you don't have to worry about losing your delay or anything like that. Now this is where I screwed up. Now I screwed the hotpot, flared the hotpot. This is what I've wanted to do for a while. Just it's a little bit risky and a little bit dangerous, but you can flare the hotpot. And what happens is all of your troops stack on the bottom half of the hotpot. So what you can do is you can shock something like this. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to shock these three flamethrowers, this mortar, and the top half of the hotpot. And that way you end up shocking none of your ladies, and then you can shock right in here, and all of your ladies can go ham on the core. Now, I totally screwed this hit up. I didn't manage my GBE very well, so I didn't have enough for, ideally I would have had enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shocks, but I didn't manage my GBE properly. I used way too many to clear the boom mines because I wanted to keep old Brick alive, but I just totally screwed it up. And I shouldn't have thrown these critters. I was trying to be fancy, but just dumb. But what I wanted to show was that yes, last second flare, last second shock, and boom. I finally remembered towards the end to throw battle orders, but managed to get 60% of the core off and made it an easy finish for the next person. So you can do the hotpot glitch in operation attacks. It's a little bit risky, and my shocks were a little bit late, but it is possible. There's no extra GBE over here. Little bit of a easy small Callisto for Forlorn Hope. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you don't mind replays, or if you prefer live attacks. Live attacks you can see a little bit clearer. Like I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So if you notice, you can see the actual outline of the base, and so you can see if someone throws a flare in the actual corner, it doesn't. I'll show you here. Let's just drop some GBE and then I'll retreat, and I'll show you what it looks like on the replay. So that you saw what the live attack looks like. You can see the full layout with the full actual squares. On the replays, it just looks like I'm flaring somewhere into the corner. Like it's just somewhere out there. You can't be copied. It's just a generic attack. So let me know what you think. I personally prefer the live attacks because you can see the actual spots. But if you don't care and you're fine with replays, or you're used to replays, or whatever it might be, hit me up in the comments and I will do my best to yeah, actually let's do a live attack. We've got this guy's been online a bit, hopefully. Yeah, look at that. We can do a speaking of hotpot glitches, let's do a hotpot glitch. What the heck? I love hotpot glitches. Now I don't know what I've heard. I think it was Reversal or someone called this the vertical barrage, and it seems to make sense to me. Just using our barrage to clear every known possible spot that things could be. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do, I've been, ever since the heroes have been dropped, I've been really digging getting back on the Smoky Critters bandwagon. And so what I've been doing is I've actually been going like this. I'll show you. I've been going like this and like this. So I've got Smoky Critters that I can drop here, and I've got Smoky Critters that I can drop on the headquarters. Now it's totally overkill
but I've been having fun with it. So, and medkits the crap out of everything. Just medkits for days, and down it goes. So, a little bit silly. I'll show you the reason for those extra smokes. What was that? 1 SG3 or 2? It looked like it. Anyways, I'll show you the reason for those smokes because that you can't really see it in the live attack. The replay is definitely required here. I'll show you. Come on, here we go. Only 1 SG3, so this part not relevant. This is the part that I was talking about with the 3 smokes. And once this, so what's going to happen now is the critters are going to show first. I'll show you here. Critters are going to appear first. Come on, critters. They are going to see that right there. The critters have appeared. The troops have not appeared, and everything starts to attack the critters. Everything, all of the boom cannons, all of the mortars are attacking the critters. So our troops have free reign, and down goes the headquarters. So that 1 live attack, 2 replays, and just a quick discussion. Let me know what you think. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas and all of those sorts of fun things. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support, and goodbye.